Hey guys, so today I'm making orange chicken with white rice and vegetable chow mein. So let's get started with the recipe. So today I'm using boneless chicken breast to make the orange chicken, but you could also use boneless chicken thigh. And I just cut them up into some small cubes and now I'm seasoning them. And I'm using onion powder, garlic powder, salt, black pepper, paprika, and some Chinese 5-spice seasoning blend to season the chicken. Alright, so mix that into the chicken, and next I'm gonna start cooking my white rice while the chicken marinate for a few minutes. Usually I put my rice in together when I put my water, but since the water is already boiling, that's fine. I'm adding in my rice into the water and I'm gonna give that a stir. And next I'm gonna put in a little bit of olive oil into the rice, and also you can use regular oil like vegetable or canola oil, also any oil will work. And then I put some salt, give that a good mix, and then you're gonna cover the pot and let the rice cook over low heat since it's already boiling. If it wasn't boiling, you would turn it up to high heat, let it come to a boil, and then turn it down to extremely low heat. Let it take its time and cook until all of the liquid has absorbed. Okay, so now that my rice is finished, I'm gonna set that aside and start working on the orange sauce for the chicken. So in this bowl, I'm adding some orange juice, okay, and then I'm gonna add in a little bit of rice vinegar, some sesame oil, and some soy sauce, and I'm gonna give that a slight mix. And also here I'm making a big batch of orange sauce to have leftovers for something else, but in the description I will list smaller measurements that's perfect for this recipe here. Okay, so in my saucepan over medium heat, I added in some freshly minced ginger, and then I'm adding in the ingredients for the sauce, and you're just gonna give that a stir, cover it, and let it come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you're gonna let it cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. Let it reduce a little, and then here I mix in the separate bowl some cornstarch with a little bit of water, and you're gonna pour that into the sauce. Stir for a little, let it thicken up, and then that's it for the sauce, you guys. Okay, so now let's get ready to cook the chicken. So in a separate bowl, I whisk a few eggs together, and then on the plate I have some cornstarch. So you can use a mixture of half cornstarch and half flour, but I can't find any flour in my neighborhood, so we're gonna use just cornstarch. And all you're doing is dipping the pieces of chicken in the egg and then the cornstarch, or if you're using cornstarch and flour, the cornstarch mixture. And once you've coated each piece, get your frying pan and put it over medium to medium high heat and add in a little bit of oil. You want to have enough oil in there to fry the chicken, but you don't want too much either. Okay, so add in the oil. Once it's hot, you're going to put the pieces of chicken in the pan and cook them for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side until they're nice and brown. So while the chicken is cooking, if it's still looking white, that means it needs to cook and brown some more. So just leave it, give it time to cook, okay? And when they're finished cooking, I place them in a bowl that I lined with paper towel to soak up any extra oil. Okay, so once you finish frying all the chicken, you're gonna take the pan, clean it out, throw out the oil, and put it back on the stove. And over a low heat, I added all the chicken pieces back into the pot. And also, you're gonna take the orange sauce and just pour it all over the chicken and mix the chicken until it's fully coated in that delicious orange sauce, okay? And that's about it, you guys. That's how I make orange chicken. Oh, one thing I would say is when you're making the orange sauce, taste it and see if you need to add in about a tablespoon of sugar, because sometimes I like to make it on the sweet side a little bit more and add in a little sweetness to it because the orange juice might not be as sweet. So that's just a little tip. Okay, so now let's make this delicious veggie chow mein. So I'm using this noodle right here. It's chow mein noodles, but if you can't find it in your area, I would say check on Amazon, because on Amazon you could find chow mein noodles, lo mein noodles, which you could use for this recipe also. Yeah, you could find almost anything on there. So, and what I did was I put the noodles to cook. Just follow the package directions and cook the noodles. Okay, so while the noodles is cooking, in this bowl I mix some freshly minced ginger, some soy sauce, a little bit of sesame oil, and also a little bit of sugar. And I'm just gonna mix all of that together until it's well blended. And I'm using the same pot I boiled the noodles in, and I'm just gonna add in a little bit of oil, and I chopped up some red and green bell peppers and some onions. You could also add some garlic in there for flavor. And I'm adding all my veggies into the oil, and I let it cook for about 1 to 2 minutes before I add in the noodles. You're gonna add in the noodles, mix it into the veggies, and once it's mixed, you're gonna add in the soy sauce mixture we mixed earlier, and just give that a good mix, making sure the noodles is fully coated with the soy sauce mixture. And I'm seasoning my pot a little bit with salt and black pepper, and that's it for this very simple, easy, and delicious chow mein noodles. Just make sure you taste the noodles, make sure it's perfectly seasoned, and that's it, you guys, for this delicious Chinese cuisine today. It was so good and comforting. That's it for today's recipe, you guys. We have orange chicken, vegetable chow mein, and white rice. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the recipes, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.